it's kind of like a movie. If you go to the movies, and you're watching a movie, what we sort of see is a constant flow. Generally, it's happening, the frames are happening so quickly that we see a flow of this movie happening, right? But actually, they say a fly has the ability to sort of, has a visual acute, they can, I don't know, the frame rate that they can detect is more. So they can, that's why it's hard to get them, because they can see you coming. Right. But they can, so actually anyway, flies aside, there's there's that project, it's like, it's not actually a flow, it's being projected. You guys know what I'm trying to say. It's being projected in bits, There's like a frame and it goes away, and then there's a frame and it goes away. It's just, it's happening real fast. And it's happened so fast to us that it looks like it's a continual flow. So actually, reality is kind of doing that. Reality is actually being created and then disappearing back into the source. Remember I talked about our consensual reality, and then there's what it sort of, the flower bed of reality that it comes up from is this awareness thing. And actually reality is constantly being created and then disappearing back. And then created again and back and created again. But it happens so fast that it just seems solid and we can't really see it. So what can start to happen as you start to pay attention to the flowing nature of the things, you can start to find yourself noticing how things are disappearing. And Maria, that's, on some level, that's what was happening. You could call it sleep. Part of it might be sleep. But there's a dropping away of everything. You might start to notice, like, all of a sudden, you might, as we go in this, you might start to notice that there are sort of holes in your awareness. Like, oh, all of a sudden I disappeared and I just came back from somewhere, but I don't know where I came back from. There was something there. And you can see it that way, or you can just notice it in all of the vanishings that are happening. If you can start to sensitize yourself to that quality by noticing the vanishings that are happening everywhere. So, like with that fire truck that just went by, there was a point where it disappeared. The sound disappeared. There's a vanishing there. Or, as we're paying attention to the sensations in your body, you might notice there's a point where the sensation, if it comes and goes, you might notice the place where it disappears, where it goes. If you're paying attention to the mental images in your head, you'll notice that there's a place where the image arises and there's a place where it disappears. And same with sound and everything. So there are all sorts of ways through our senses that we can sensitize ourselves to this constantly created, decreated quality of reality.